Only minutes after 21-year-old Reagan Tokes walked out of Bodega restaurant where she worked as a waitress,
I knew she was getting off at 9 o'clock.
her father knew something was wrong.
She told me she would call me. The phone call never came.
2 hours earlier, Toby Tokes, who lived more than 1,000 miles away, had texted his daughter.
I didn't realize she was working. She texted me back. She said, "Dad, I can't talk right now, but I will call you when I leave tonight."
When she didn't call, panic set in.
I was actually frantically trying to get a hold of her that evening until about 2 in the morning.
But Toby would never talk to his daughter again. And instead of planning her upcoming college graduation, her family would soon be planning her funeral.
In my opinion, there's not enough justice for what happened to Reagan.
Growing up, there was never a doubt where Reagan Tokes would go to college.
She wanted to go to the Ohio State University. That was the only place she wanted to go.
Lisa McCrary Tokes says becoming a Buckeye was her daughter's lifelong dream, and nothing was going to stand in her way.
And I remember when it came time to do the college applications and everything, and I said, "Reg, don't you think that we need to broaden our horizons and maybe consider some other options?"
But Reagan didn't need any other options.
She looked at me and she was like, "Mom, this is the school I want, and don't worry, I'm gonna get in."
Reagan was right.
She was admitted into the pre-med program there. She had excellent grades.
The summer before Reagan started college, a job opportunity took the Tokes family from Ohio to Parkland, Florida. Reagan didn't make the move with mom, dad, and sister Mackenzie.
There was no point for her to move just to go right back to Ohio.
Despite the distance between them, Reagan remained in constant contact with her parents.
I always considered myself very lucky that she wanted to talk to me every day.
So the one night Reagan didn't call when she said she would, her parents were up half the night trying to reach her.
Reagan's phone, it was ringing and ringing and ringing, and messages were being delivered, and then about 2 in the morning it went dead.
It was a long, restless night for the Tokes.
I knew that night something was wrong. I told Lisa that I was concerned.
There was a sense that something didn't feel right. I was unsettled.
The next morning, Reagan's phone was still dead. That's when her sister Mackenzie called her roommate.
She was just like, "No, I haven't seen her today. I'll go check her room now." She was like, "Yeah, her bed's still made, and it looks like she's not here, and her book bag's still here with everything in it, and her laptop hasn't been touched."
Then I knew for certain something was wrong.
The dread would only increase with a phone call to the university. Lisa learns her daughter never made it to class that morning.
I immediately called police, but because I was not the last person to have seen her, I was not allowed to file a missing persons report.
So who was able to file it?
Actually, the co-workers at the restaurant had to do it.
While waiting, Mackenzie took to social media and started sending out posts like this, asking anyone who had seen her sister to please contact their family.
I was hesitant to do it because I knew once I did it, then it was officially real. Like, she was missing.
Reagan's roommates and friends also flooded social media with her picture. News of a missing Ohio State student quickly went viral.
Newspapers and television stations had gotten my number and started calling me.
But before searchers could even begin, Reagan's parents get the phone call no parent should ever have to answer.
They found her at a Metro Park at about 12 noon that day.
Reagan Tokes' nude body found in a park about 2 miles from her work. The ambitious college student was shot twice in the head.
To even wrap your head around hearing what they were telling us, it was like you were having an out-of-body experience.
A man walking through the park spotted Reagan's lifeless body.
At first, what he told us is he thought it was a mannequin laying in the field. And as he walked up a little bit closer, he realized that it was a human being.
Detective Rick Forney was one of the first investigators on the scene.
We did not have any idea who she was at that time.
But her identity didn't remain a mystery for long.
As the investigation continued, we get a call from Columbus Police Department that they are taking a report from some OSU students who are reporting their friend missing that did not return home from work the previous evening.
And the roommates apparently told the police there were two very important things that made it clear way before the coroner even got there.
Correct.
One was a necklace on the body matching Reagan's. Another, a tiny tattoo on her side.
What kind of a tattoo did she have?
It was just a little circle, no more than the size of a $50. And her roommates told us that to her it meant karma.
Who would want Reagan Tokes dead? That question and fear quickly spread like wildfire through the community. Her murder was the last in a string of violent attacks near Ohio State University.
People started wondering if her going missing was related to the other criminal incidences of people being robbed and brutalized. People were really scared.
Up next, alarm soon turns to outrage when the search for a killer near campus leads them to a shocking arrest.
Did you recognize that name when you heard it?
As soon as I heard it.
How could it be?
I know.
The discovery leaves cops in tears.
Sorry.
This case is very personal to you and this department.
Yes, it is.
But the move from Columbus to Cleveland would never happen. One night after leaving her waitressing job at Bodega Restaurant, Reagan vanished.